Check one. What's going on, y'all? It is the Unmanageable Negroes.
The UN
Podcast.
What up?
Number 19.
19.
I don't know.
You
I
got
think
it.
we number 19.
I believe this is
Sound
number
about right.
19.
Yeah, it's about number 19.
Episode 19.
Yes, sir. Alton Walker Show. Here.
Comedian Marvin H, aka the Grumpy Uncle, in the building.
Wellington Ojuku.
Yeah.
Juku Nation, Team Juku. What up?
Yeah, and yes, I am eating chicken on the podcast today. I don't care. I'm hungry.
Is it Popeyes chicken?
It should have been.
Cause that has everybody
It should
in
have
a
been Popeyes
frenzy.
chicken. I'm a fan of the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, you had it?
Man, I had.
Oh, you did, cause you did the video. That's right.
I did a whole video.
Yeah, I haven't had it.
Nigga was singing
I was singing.
Negro
was
spirituals for a chicken
I went
sandwich.
back up there on Saturday, this past Saturday, and got 3 more.
I ain't had it.
The chicken sandwich is amazing.
But it's the same sandwich that they always had. It's not new. They had it 3 months ago.
I never knew they had it.
I knew they had it.
Have you ever celebrated?
never knew that.
Have you ever celebrated healthy food like this before?
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, I just asked a simple question. Have you
Hell
ever?
no, nigga, ain't nobody going
It-
hard for broccoli.
If it's good, I'ma
Who
celebrate.
the fuck going hard for broccoli?
Hey,
I asked him a question. I didn't ask you.
If you talk to a dude that don't eat healthy, so I ain't eat. So what-
I just asked a simple question.
Well, I'ma celebrate.
But
we celebrated-
it's yes or no. Have you ever celebrated? Okay, all right, then that's simple.
What is your point?
I just asked you a simple question.
It had no point though. You can't ask a question
you.
with no point.
To you,
I mean,
Chicken is chicken.
like you already going hard. I see
told-
you super aggressive over.
'Cause you
me
asked
just
the
asking you
question
about
that-
whether you celebrate healthy food as much
But
as you
it had
celebrate
no
this.
point. You
No.
didn't- you didn't bring it
To
up.
you, it didn't
No,
because
throw
you
it-
can't see
Throw
between.
it back at that
you
nigga.
can't.
What food you go hard for?
You
Well, yeah, what you celebrating?
you can't see beyond the
See,
grease.
What he gonna say is, well, you ain't see me celebrate no chicken, so I ain't. Why I got?
No. I'm just y'all getting real defensive over here. That needs to
I
be
ain't had the shit.
question.
I ain't
You
had the
jumped
shit.
in when I didn't ask you nothing.
Because
And I was asking him.
because ain't nobody going hard for no fucking broccoli.
Y'all really about to fight me
nobody
over
going hard.
asking
Ain't nobody going hard
whether
for
you
no
celebrated healthy food.
Hey man, it's a good chicken sandwich.
What make it so good?
It's
Dog?
one, the breading is good. It's toasted. The meat is tender. It's big. It's a good sandwich, bro.
Is their attitude any better though?
I ain't had to deal with no attitude.
Okay.
I ain't had to deal with no attitude, but
Because that's what I
The
said.
fact
They
Yeah.
don't care about the attitude because they
fact
want
is-
that grease in their mouth.
one, the chicken
I care
sandwich
about the
is good.
attitude.
So I know people like, why y'all going over a chicken? One, the chicken is good. And why people can't celebrate what's good.
I hope niggas be this aggressive when voting time comes.
But white people ate it too. So I'm trying to figure out
Niggas
why
was fighting. You ain't
Why
seen no
niggas-
video online of no white folks fighting in Popeyes.
they probably was. But they
Yeah,
don't show
but-
that
but-
stuff like that.
No.
No, they would have been online.
It would have been
It-
viral. It would've been viral. Like you really,
You
you
know, that shit
are
would've been
you
viral,
are
nigga.
so defensive
Who said-
about how people
who
feel
said
about
people-
the chicken. You get upset when we tell you they wasn't even there. When the facts clearly show that
How y'all know
niggas,
they were fighting over the chicken sandwich?
niggas
Hell,
lost
yo.
their ever loving
Nobody
mind.
this chick-
I seen the video. They never said that was over a chicken sandwich.
I've
that
seen
lady-
multiple
that
videos.
lady who was threatening the
Multiple
child
videos.
she was about give me my goddamn sandwich. Now, I don't know how it started, but she was a grown lady threatening a child.
You upset because we just sitting here pointing
Nah.
some facts out.
This is what I be
You
tired
really
of.
be wanting to fight Marvin over this.
Nah, I be tired of the woke people. It be too many woke people that trying to be woke over a chicken sandwich.
Balance.
It's too motherfuckers. Too
That's
many
too
people
far.
get being woke about everything though.
It's too many woke people. I saw this nigga video.
Balance.
This nigga
'Cause
compared
say-
it to Jay-Z.
Oh well, let's talk about that. The same niggas who be
Nigga,
out here fucking
how you
talking
compare
shit
it to
about Jay-Z
Jay-Z?
is same niggas still watching football, and I know a few of them. They still watching it. So
The Jay-Z
Yeah,
NFL.
let's
thing.
just move on. Cause
how you feel about Jay-Z?
do you got feelings about that?
Hey, there was no real. People were talking about it was the intro music. He was supposed to be controlling intro music. People were saying he was going to organize the music for it, or it's supposed to be social justice. Nobody has any real hardcore facts as to what he is doing with the NFL.
I'm confused.
Somebody said he was going to be owning a team, but
Yeah.
they say he's not going to own a team no more.
Yeah, they say that. I'm just. I don't want to pass judgment because I just don't
Hey.
know what his angle is.
It was too soon.
But I'm confused.
To me, it was just listening at the press conference today. I feel like it is too soon for him. They should have never had it until they knew their agenda. Because they was in there talking, but they had no bullet points of what they were doing. And I'm like, how can you have a press conference about a partnership and you're not going to allow the people, you don't even know what y'all going to do. That press conference was just to show the deal, and then they just added social injustice. But people are like, what are y'all going to do? And they had no answers. I listened to that whole press conference. No answers.
I know I'm not quick to call him a coon, though. I mean, him and Beyonce have done some good fucking work.
Amazing things.
Things that regular motherfuckers, you on your level, you ain't did nothing. So, I'm not going to do that. I just don't understand the whole
even if he
thing.
chose to make whatever decision with the money he's had, he doesn't even have to speak up on any of the BS that's going on in the black community. He doesn't. He's not obligated to speak on none of that because Will Smith ain't obligated to speak on it. He's not. Y'all don't give him no heat.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Will Smith came out his mouth and said police brutality is crazy, it's outrageous, it should be stopped. But y'all don't know what he actually does outside of those cameras or the philanthropy. Nobody knows.
You know what I think, too, looking at the press conference, I think this is what happened with Jay-Z. They was trying to give Jay-Z this deal a long time ago. I think they were trying to give, and he said no to it. But this time around, he was like, okay, I do it, take your money. But we also got to talk about these social injustice issues. That's the only way I do it. And would I have done the same thing? NFL is a huge platform, and the conversation is being had. And I do agree one thing. I do get tired of protesting and don't have any answers or nothing that's being done. I get tired of that.
I agree, but he shouldn't have said that how he said it.
Yeah, he probably said it wrong.
That was horrible. Like the
we
way he
passed
worded, you don't get to tell us that, Jay-Z. You don't get to say that.
But I think what he was just trying to say, I mean, he said it wrong, and he probably know he said it wrong. He was just really trying to say we need to move on to some answers.
Did you see Faison Love's video about Jay-Z saying that shit? Go see that shit. Bruh, that shit was so goddamn funny. We call that nigga "Oh Lord."
But here's the only thing. Some of the people that are mad at Jay-Z ain't did shit. That's what bothers me.
This is where I get to. Why does anybody care how he said what he said? I get it. But everybody's not gonna dress it up nice. And what he said could have been taken out of context because you ain't even get the full clip. Now, he said we passed kneeling.
I mean, he knelt. I mean, he did kneel.
Did the kneeling serve his person?
Yes, he did.
His purpose. The
we
purpose
having a press
was to
conference.
bring an awareness to social injustice, police brutality.
And we having a press conference now
because
of that kneeling.
If Cap, and people talking about, well, man, Cap still need a job. No, let Cap say he want a job. I ain't heard this nigga post one tweet about I want my job back. Yeah. Has anybody seen any press conference on Cap saying I want my job back? I need my job. I want why? That. And then on top of that, why would you even want to work for an organization that does not want anything to do with you? Because of your stance. You did absolutely nothing wrong.
I think it was a slip up for him to say it like that. I don't
think that's what it was.
Because the way that came across is you speaking for everybody, and you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would man, Jay-Z nobody can shit on the shit he done did. You can't just sweep the shit he done did under the rug because you don't like this one thing. And a lot of times, people overestimate their level of importance too. You know what I mean? And especially on social media, you don't get to tell this man how to fucking.
I just say let's
wait to see what happens. Do y'all think what we see is people who really never like you in the first place?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
They couldn't wait to shit on you. Because to be honest, in this music game, there are people who came up under Jay-Z that have done well for themselves and have had multiple opportunities to do excellent. And there's people under other record executives and label owners that have shitted on every artist they ever had. And those artists have not only been to jail, there's probably 3 artists been to jail, one of them been deported. You got other artists that can't even make their rent. You got another artist singing at coffee shops.
But it was some major players that disagreed with him, like Sean King. Sean King did a whole podcast.
A lot of them disagreed because they heard the wrong. They were misinformed.
By Funk Master Flex and
because Sean King, I follow Sean King. I have mad respect for Sean King. So when Sean King put his podcast out, disappointing and disagreeing with Jay-Z, I was like, well,
did he state why he disagreed?
I was trying to get all the way through it, but I think the fact
if people gonna disagree, state why you are disagreeing.
One, I think he mentioned one, and I couldn't get to all of it, but I know one had to do with Colin, him not being a part of it.
Niggas keep speaking on Colin's behalf. Nigga, let Colin say what the fuck he want. Stop speaking on this man. He a grown ass man. That nigga got a mouth.
Yeah.
If he got a video camera like me and everybody else, he could have went to that camera and be like, hey, this is how I feel about the whole circumstance. Niggas keep speaking on, man, why Colin? Shut the fuck up. If Colin want to be a part of that, then that man can go say, hey, Jay. Or he can do a video and be like, hey, I would love to be a part of it.
And I get it, though.
It's that simple.
I'm tired of them blaming Jermaine Dupri. And then Jermaine Dupri came on camera and said, this is not true. Jay-Z did not tell me not to do this shit. And motherfuckers online still saying he told Jermaine don't do his shit.
Because people they don't like him, so they looking for something that they can run with.
Well, you talking about
media,
people?
The media will allow that to play. They'll take that. You got to look at this. This is how the media works, right? East Coast versus West Coast. Any given day, the moment they find somebody to villainize, they're going to use that and they're going to keep trying to spin it and milk it for everything it's worth. Every time they get it can be Jay-Z against Sean what's his name? Sean King. It could be Jay-Z against Kaepernick. As soon as Kaepernick said, hey man, y'all do what y'all do, we're going to keep kneeling. Then they was like, Colin Kaepernick shades Jay-Z. Nigga. Jay-Z.
I don't know. I think people just I think what it boils down to, people are bothered that he making some money from the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what it really boils down to. They mad that he got a check from the NFL. And I see it, like I said, I see it as this. Jay-Z, they came with this opportunity, and Jay-Z, they want you to be over this music and entertainment. This is what my company does. One, y'all still looking at football. Everybody that's mad at Jay-Z, you're still looking at football. You're going to look at the halftime show, and y'all talked about the halftime show. It was a big issue last year because they came to Atlanta, and they have one Atlanta, it was all this hoopla. Y'all still watched it. And so they gave this man a deal. And he says on his end, listen, I'm going to take this deal, but I can't take it unless we talk about the issue. So he's like, I'm going to take this check, but let me at least use this platform to make sure we talk about the issue. Because y'all going to look at NFL football anyway.
I would rather have him get that money than anybody else because he's been more involved in a lot of things that is pushing the movement. And I saw something earlier today with Chance the Rapper on the Breakfast Club talking about the NFL won't be a platform for me to make change. It's not going to be a platform for me to make change. They said, would you ever perform at the NFL? It's just not a platform for me and my purpose and something that I could use to make change. Change is not going to come through performing.
And I'm going to tell you, Jay-Z had one point. He did have a point about the NBA, though. In that conference, in that press conference, he does mention your boy. Remember back in the 90s, your boy that played with Denver, he was a Muslim.
Mahmoud.
Yeah. Y'all remember his situation. He did the same exact thing, and they kicked him out of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do?
He kneeled. He prayed when the national anthem came on.
And he was one of the coldest guards in the league.
Dude could shoot. He was a dope
Did anybody attempt to defend or keep him in?
That's what
publicly?
I'm saying.
Did anybody come to his defense?
I don't remember them doing that.
I don't remember all that. I don't remember nobody come to this defense. Because if that's the case, we would have been at this where we at with the NFL. I mean, it's basically the same thing. This man lost his job. The only thing is nobody fought for him like they fighting for Colin Kaepernick.
That we know of.
Well, that we know because we didn't have social media.
Right.
We didn't have what we have now.
Them players was scared to death, man.
They were scared.
I was very familiar with the situation.
Right.
Because he was Chris Jackson. His name was Chris Jackson before he changed to the Muslim. And he from Mississippi. He went to Jackson State. And it's like nobody remember nobody coming to his defense. He was left out there to dry.
And he did not work. But the
For
question
a prayer,
is, But the question is, if that not has happened, would the NBA be liberal like they are today? Would they letting they players protest and have a voice? And then, like the NBA players, they all talking junk about NFL, but y'all,
you know what's interesting?
Y'all was where the NFL was at back in the 90s.
We haven't seen them even protest. We haven't really seen an NBA protest.
Well,
they get paid too much money over there.
Well, I mean, they
money.
They protest. I mean, they wore shirts.
Yeah.
I can't breathe. Stuff like they've been outspoken about what's going on, and their commissioner backs them up.
Okay.
The only thing about the NFL, their commissioner never backed them up.
Well, they did something different though. They kneeled.
Yeah.
I mean, if we see somebody kneel during the national anthem, then we're gonna know what. But at this point, once again,
yeah,
we passed the kneeling. It's time for action. Y'all know what the fuck is going on.
And I won't say stop. Keep kneeling. Keep bringing awareness. But we do is
But why keep kneeling though?
I mean, here's the thing.
They tell you can't.
Just
you can't tell me not to do that.
until they say until they like.
No, I'm all for that.
That's
hate
what
when
that's
people
what
try
I'm
to
saying.
tell you what you can and can't do.
So keep kneeling until they stop. Yeah, that's what I feel.
But why do it just because they told you?
Because I can do it.
I mean, yeah,
I should be able to kneel.
You should be able to.
I should be able to kneel, and until you stop saying
but
that
at this
I can't,
point, now
keep kneeling.
You're kneeling just because they tell you can't.
Goddamn right. Because I have a right to kneel.
Right.
Well, I mean, you still supposed to be uplifting the movement of the police brutality. That's what it started by. You just.
But
it boils down because
it's time for action.
Because I remember even in school, man, there was some Muslims that sat down during the national anthem, like doing the Pledge of Allegiance. They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what the NFL did was totally wrong. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying that it is proof that Colin lost his job because of the kneeling, and no team wanted to deal with him. They didn't want to deal with that tension.
When they had the rumor about Jay-Z getting a team, I was like, this is the plan. I was like, he gonna get the team, then he gonna put Colin on the team. That's what I thought.
By the time he get a team, man, Colin gonna be.
Colin, I don't
think Colin need to play football no more.
Hey, here's my thing.
I think he's done.
Let this nigga speak for himself. I'm tired of niggas out here voicing their opinion. Like, give Colin. Colin, when was the last time y'all saw this nigga do a video and say, "I want to be
hurting for no money"?
When was the last time y'all saw him say, "I want to be on the NFL"?
He ain't.
Has anybody seen this man post one video that he said, "I would love of recent in 2019, I would love to come back and play in the NFL"? If y'all ain't seen that, stop telling this man. Hey, man, give him a job back.
What about the Marcellus, who the former NFL player that had that big thing about, Carter being light skinned?
Yeah, I heard
other
that.
Dude being light skinned.
What you feel about that? About that statement?
It's almost how I feel about the whole Dave Chappelle thing. I'm so here for people just putting shit on the table, man. I'm not going to focus on whether or not he was right to say it.
The dude he had some points. He had some points when when the whole police brutality and all that stuff was going down. Colin didn't say anything about it.
He only said something when they benched him.
He didn't really when it was going down, and he was starting and he was in his prime. He didn't say nothing about police brutality.
And he grew up. He adopted. He grew up in a middle class. He grew up in a middle class family. He adopted. Light skinned brother. He never experienced none of this stuff that he protested. Same thing with the other light skinned cat. I think he biracial, and they was bringing that up.
And I forgot who else he brought. He brought up somebody else.
Green.
Yeah. But basically, he was just saying like Colin wasn't doing none of that until
what we're saying. Is that we have to background check everyone's motives.
No.
As to why they're.
Well, if you're gonna go hard at Jay-Z,
I see what they're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that what we're saying now? You have to background check.
No, I'm not for that.
I don't think you need a background check.
I'm not for that.
Because
if you help me,
what you're saying is I have seen some of that stuff. I have seen some people say they too light skinned and be going this hard for a movement or this. I'm like, man, shades ain't got nothing.
Yeah,
to
the color ain't got nothing to do with
Because
it.
to them, we all one goddamn color.
Yeah.
The only thing that I found interesting was just the balls to say it, like, because that's a conversation people.
You said we passed kneeling.
No.
Oh, what you talking about?
The Marcellus dude.
Oh, the Marcellus. Yeah.
He had the balls to say it.
He went in and said it.
I'm always. even if I don't agree, I'm somewhat slow clapping to myself when people do
I'm
that.
gonna research it.
Like just, hey man, hey.
When I sit here and tell
I wanted to research, and I'm like, if I go back and look at these dates, and the Mike Brown happened, and all this stuff is happening, and I see Colin is starting and winning and going to the playoffs and going to the Super Bowl while all this stuff is happening, then I am gonna question. Well, then nigga, why didn't you say it when you was in your prime?
So that's a lot of energy going to expose a man who.
Well, I'm just saying, why did you say? Because the second question is everybody that's backing him up. You're checking the motives of Jay-Z.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing, if you're gonna check the motives of Jay-Z, then we gotta check motives.
You know
of
what's
everybody.
interesting? Nobody's necessarily.
You see what I'm saying?
Nobody of real valid reason is actually checking the motives of Jay-Z because nobody still knows the details of the deal.
Yeah,
so at this point, people
I thought it was too
people
too
are
soon.
just pissing in the wind with their dry ass opinions, looking to have something to say about the nigga because you never liked him in the first place. The people who actually genuinely value him as an individual and what he's done, it's like, nigga, let the details come out.
You know what it is? I'll say it like this. I believe sometimes it's broke people sometimes. A lot of times when we see rich folks take a check from somebody or from a company or from something, we broke, like people that don't, we quick to like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I would have never done that.
We're speaking about $1 million deals with $75 aspirations.
Right.
That's what you're talking about.
And so
we don't even know what the fuck we talking about.
We quick to say that, John. We quit. Oh, I wouldn't take that money. And you wouldn't take because you ain't seen the check. My thing is, at least this dude, he could have took the deal and said bump social injustice.
And to be honest.
And did it. And he could have hid and nobody even knew that he was attached to it.
It would have came out.
I mean, it would have came out. But what I'm saying, he could have went that route and said, I ain't got to tell y'all nothing. I could just take this deal, and I ain't got to explain nothing to y'all.
Yeah.
Because y'all going to watch it anyway.
You know who else is vocal about social injustice? Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel L. Jackson is very vocal, and he don't play no games. That nigga is the same person. He shafts online in real life.
He was just mad he took that check, man. They mad at it. But then I'm like, if you mad he took that check, then be mad at every NFL player that's still playing.
You know, I got like 2 or 3 people on my page. They are avid Jay-Z haters. So when this happened, it was like really just Christmas for them. They went so hard. I can't understand for the life of me. The niggas who hate Jay-Z, they hate the ground he walk on. Why?
Those people are just haters, period.
What y'all thought about Dame Dash comment?
Dame Dash is a clown.
He been riding Jay-Z coattail ever since Jay-Z left him. He still hurt.
Like he give me a vibe like he a clown.
That's hurt.
And I've heard, I listened to what the boy name that used to be with Rock. Memphis Bleak.
Oh,
you know, and I listened to this interview, and it makes sense to me. It seems like he volatile. I don't never. As a grown, I hate to see grown ass volatile ass people. I don't put no trust in you. I don't put no value in you. You a loose fucking cannon, and I just don't. You saying anything, man? Because you hurt. Because the nigga walked off. You know what I'm saying? What Andre 3000 said? He said spaceships don't come equipped with no fucking rear view mirrors. And that nigga went past y'all, and he didn't look black.
I just said like this to Jay-Z. Before we be quick to, I think we're initially mad that he got a check. I think that's what it boils down to. We mad that Jay-Z got a check and got a partnership and got a check from the NFL. That's what it boils down to because y'all been mad at him. Bad at the NFL and all this other stuff. Y'all been mad at him, but y'all go watch it and watch
here's my
football.
Thing. Does anybody know the amount that he got?
Nobody don't know the amount.
No.
But that's just people. They just mad at the nigga got check. What I'm saying is, at least give this man the opportunity. Like I said, he brought up social injustice. So at least give him an opportunity. Let's see what happens. Before we be like, oh, why you do that? Man, y'all don't even know.
I want this to be publicly known, man.
So
as long as you operate in a space where you just out here killing it, it's always going to be a hater. Because that person hates their life too. So they just looking for somebody else's coattails to hate.
Your life is a bucket of booty holes.
That's it. That's it. So it's always going to be a hater. It's always going to be a nigga sad in the dumps, ready to kick a cat, kill a dog.
And you know what? I think Jay-Z went into it like, well, I've proven that I care by the checks I wrote, by the people I got out of jail. Like
people fickle.
Like I've proven that. Listen, give me the check and give me the money. And you're right. You said it. I'd rather him have it because he has proven that he spent millions of dollars getting people out of jail. Millions of dollars sending water to Flint. Millions of dollars doing all this stuff like that. So, yes, I'd rather him have the money.
And he a dope MC.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, you know, historically a dope MC.
So it's just, I'd rather.
When they say he whack, I just don't get it. I mean, have you not listened to fucking Reasonable Doubt? Have you not listened to the Blueprint?
Let the haters hate on.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, I'm like, when I saw the press conference and stuff like that, I was like, let's just wait. I just felt they should have waited for the press conference. But I do know why they did it, because NFL season's about to start, and they wanted him to get started as soon as possible. Because the main thing, NFL main thing, I know their agenda. Their main thing wanted to get their entertainment up. That was their main agenda.
They trying to get them numbers back.
The number back.
Because
halftime show was horrible.
Man, that halftime show was trash.
So NFL,
I ain't even watched that trash show. When I saw them gonna be performing, and you know what's crazy?
So let's not knock NFL. I know what y'all wanted, but I'm glad Jay-Z said, nah, y'all, that's not what
they had Holly Bailey perform the national anthem. Folks hated the fact that that's the girl who's going to be playing Little Mermaid. She's a twin,
the young
signed to Beyonce's record label. So, you know, Beyonce was like, y'all do it for exposure. Y'all need the exposure. I don't need the motherfucking exposure. I already did it when it wasn't, you know, whatever. So they had her do it, and then, what's her name? Gladys Knight sang the national anthem. Boy, they roasted the shit out of Gladys Knight.
They gave it to Gladys.
They gave it to. I'm surprised they didn't give it to Holly Bailey, because what's crazy is, even though she's playing the Little Mermaid, which I wasn't going hard for on that. I hated the fact that these folks built a whole Facebook Christian page, 37,000 members, to ban her from being the player. The fact that I don't like is the fact that she's going to not only have a Latino father, she's going to have a white love interest.
Yeah.
What I'm starting to see is Disney doesn't seem to like black men in movies being shown in royalty when it comes to these Disney animated pictures.
I don't remember seeing one.
Yeah.
The one that they put in Princess and the Frog, they was a frog for the whole damn movie, and that man wasn't necessarily a black man.
NFL, like I said, I know what y'all agenda was.
They want to get the numbers up.
Y'all had one agenda. Let's go to Jay-Z. And I do believe it started off, I want you to do the halftime show. I want Jay-Z to do the halftime show.
Well, it's always about their numbers, man.
And Jay-Z's like, I will do a partnership with you, but we got to also talk about, and for me to do it, we cannot talk about the social injustice.
Here's my thing.
That's how I think that deal happened.
Here's what I want to know.
But somebody did say they was mad that it's been going on. Did you say it was going on for a year?
What?
Oh, maybe that was Sean King. So the deal, this been going on.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't me.
So the Sean King thing, he said that they've been working this deal out for about a year now. And that's another reason why he mad, because out of the whole year, you ain't say nothing to Colin. It's like you was doing under the radar. So, yeah, it's
weird. It's confusing, man.
What's interesting is people ain't got to go to Colin for shit.
And he really don't.
Because here's what I thought. Because people got heated at me when I said, when I pointed out that Travis Scott had called up Colin Kaepernick, you know, to see if he was okay with him.
Doing the halftime show.
He wanted his blessing. Like,
to
do the halftime show. You don't have to call that nigga to do the halftime show. You going to do it regardless anyway. Hell no. He was like, nigga, I'm not, why would I say do that shit and I'm not even in it?
But he did it anyway.
Yeah, he did it anyway. And that shit was trash. Maroon 5.
And Jay-Z was like, Travis should have probably just did he should have been more a part of it instead of just giving him 5 seconds. It should have been more because he had a hot year. So basically, they want Jay-Z to take care of the
didn't want Travis to do that.
They want him to take care of the entertainment.
And they want to get those numbers up.
That's all they care. That's all they care about. Yeah. That's all they care about. But since they gonna do it, it's like, well, we'll go ahead and
my thing is
talk about social injustice.
Now from here on out, what can the football platform be used? I mean, we saw what it did to bring awareness to it, But from here on out, what more can you do with that
Well,
platform?
on the back end, you got to think about this: the owners. The owners losing money.
Good old boys.
The good old boys, and those owners they do have connections with the police department. They do have people in these owners have connections. So Jay-Z is going to be in those rooms, man, to discuss these things that's going on. And a lot of times, I mean, they see what's going on, but if you could get in those rooms and talk and say, hey, man, this is what's going on, then maybe you could get their ear and hopefully something happen. But you got to get in the room.
Because
ain't nobody getting in the room.
And I see all that, but even if you in the room, let's break this shit all the way down. The real thing about the social injustice comes from the judges, the politicians, and the police. Jay-Z can be in that room with them police all he wants to, but it's always going to be a hater in that motherfucker that hates black people. That's the reason he on that for.
But here's the thing about that.
So when they kill, nothing happens to them.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Very little convictions.
If you could get somebody like Jay-Z in that room to talk on our end, to let them understand the culture and let them understand, because that's what it boils down to. They don't know our culture.
They don't give a fuck about the culture,
and they don't.
But
here's
you don't even
the
have to
thing.
explain that shit to them.
They in bed with him now, though. They in bed with him now, and I feel like he is gonna have some power. Because if they piss him off with the platform he got, and he put their ass on blast,
and I think he'll do
their whole shit up.
I think he'll do it, but I'm just hoping that he can bring the culture together, and somehow they gotta. Because I mean, what he said on that conference, a press conference, something I've been saying the whole time. You can't put a police officer in my neighborhood that's scared of me.
That's true.
And I've been saying that for years. You can't put that dude. You can't put him in my neighborhood.
They've been saying that since 1980, since the Black Panther came out. That was the whole purpose of the Black Panther. Like you can't police us. We gonna police this.
Cause you scared of me. If I get aggressive, you think I'm mad.
Or you have contempt for me.
You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. If he's gonna have that type of conversation with these folks, then I'm willing to ride with them.
And at this point,
and I know they only there for the money. But if we affecting their money, which we did,
absolutely,
we did,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they called on Jay-Z, because we affected his money.
That's what needs to happen. What needs to happen is Popeyes needs to say, "Hey man, I'm gonna give y'all a chicken sandwich if y'all don't watch the football games. If y'all don't watch the football games,
I'll be watching that
free chicken sandwich."
How many we gonna get?
Boy, NFL would lose so many numbers. They'll be like, "Popeyes, don't you do this to us?"
That's basically what it is. Hey man, I mean they just
Damn,
when they saw that bottom line last year, they was like, "Oh shoot, these niggas
now,
are serious."
because let's be honest, the police don't necessarily fear us, because they had white people charge at them fully loaded with guns and have told them multiple times to stop.
No.
What they do is they just don't like us.
It's
They
that
don't like us, and they know there are no repercussions to shoot us.
Yeah,
there's no real consequences. They are okay with being murderers. They're licensed murderers, and they have no consequences. So when you don't have no consequences, you don't fear nothing.
Yeah,
because I've seen a white man get charged at with a knife.
But
I don't know what's gonna change none of this, because we can have every program in the world, we can put every person in the world, until we change the attitudes of the hearts and minds.
That's it.
Affecting their money.
You're right. You can't, and I always say this: ain't no law
pulling sponsorships.
But they almost got it to where they insulated, to where Teflon Dons, you can't fucking touch them. They set that shit up that way.
Because it's a gang
and we
within
don't
a
have
gang.
the will. We don't have the will to go in there and shut motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
We not gonna stop shopping at people's shit. We not gonna stop pumping money outside our community. And it's like doom and gloom, man. Ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. It's depressing.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like I said, the only thing is, like I said, you got to get them out of our.
They said you got to take baby steps, motherfucker.
You got to get them out of our
400 goddamn years. We just celebrated 400 years of fucking slavery, nigga. How many baby steps? When we gonna be a toddler?
Came a long way.
Nigga,
bro.
when we gonna
When
we gonna start preschool? Nigga, we still baby stepping around.
But like I said, I mean, the conversation is being had more than ever, and it's being had like in a real educated way now. You know what I'm saying? It's like the conversation the police like is out there. We're talking about it. And from my understanding, there's people still out there fighting and working these laws. But my thing is, ain't no law. Whatever law you put in place, you still can't stop morality, the heart of somebody. You can tell this cop all day, if you kill a black dude and you don't have a value, you gonna get the death penalty. It won't stop that joker if he still look at us a certain way.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
What it will do is it will.
Hopefully he'll pause.
It'll change. It'll change. What happens is it starts to change the narrative, and it starts to shift the paradigm within the police department that they put a stigma on it that is bad to execute them.
Yeah.
Right now, there's no real stigma because they not. They
do what the hell they want to do.
They put them on suspension.
The same thing.
Paid leave. And then it's what that sends to the department is that, hey, you just we'll find a way. We give them enough time.
Is intertwined in the fabric of our society.
That's what it is.
But what I have seen, what the good that has come out of this is the simple fact that a lot more black businesses are supporting a lot more other black businesses. People are more aware of where their dollar is coming, more now than ever. And that's the one thing that's one of the most obvious things that has happened. So I will say kudos to that and everybody who goes out their way actively to support black business.
Yeah,
Bam.
I mean, we support, keep supporting black businesses, and I mean, at the end of the day, we still get a white man their money. So
we don't keep our money in the community.
You know, you just gotta, man.
But be more active. So I salute to all the people
active.
that came out to see us at the Cleveland Improv.
All
them black folks that keep making us. Salute to all the black folks that hired.
But they made them. They made their improv a lot of money, and the improv probably
at the family reunions.
The improv probably owned by a white dude.
Comedians are black-owned businesses.
Yes. Yeah, each comedian.
Yes.
Black-owned.
We are black entrepreneurs. Yeah, I like that.
I appreciate y'all once
comedians
again for booking
black.
me.
Comedians are black-owned
at the
business.
churches.
I may just put this part out.
That is a meme. That is all that shit.
We are black-owned business. First, let's pause.
That's why.
Let's put it in. Jay-Z, shout out to you. We gonna see what you do. We gonna see what you do. But I do want to get back to comedians.
Are black-owned businesses.
That's why I said salute to everybody that has ever booked me to come to the family reunion, the birthday party,
keep booking,
the churches,
we are black-owned.
The step shows, the fraternities, the sororities. I appreciate y'all. The Deltas have booked me. The AKAs have booked me. I appreciate y'all, man.
So yeah, man. We let's just see what he gonna do. But speaking, I guess we move. Speaking of comedians, man.
Do we have enough time for this?
Yeah, we got enough time. We ain't even hit an hour yet. I know it's an hour when that thing video. But
beast mode.
Man, Dave Chappelle, man. You know we comedians. We could not end this podcast without talking about
sticks,
comedic
and stones.
Genius.
It was a relief. It was a breath of fresh air.
The pace in the special was like none of his other specials. It was so consistently fire.
He had a lot to say.
And it was every word counted.
Every word.
The breath, the boom, 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 boom. Nothing could throw him off. Even when people may have interrupted with whatever, it didn't throw him off.
You gotta go watch it.
He's an example of what I always say, man, about comedy. He is so into being excited. What he wants you to know what he's about to say. Like he has this information he want to tell y'all so bad.
The energy was different.
I think when you're a comedian and you have information that you're excited to share, man, your set is amazing because you don't care if people laugh or not. You're not caring about the laughs. You don't care if they get with you. You have information, and I saw him like, bump if y'all laugh. This is my ideas. These are my thoughts, and I want the world to know what's going on. And I'm glad. He's just funny with it.
We do care if they laugh.
But the mentality that Dave Chappelle got, he don't give a damn if you laugh.
I kind of have a little bit of contempt. I got something to say. Y'all gonna listen.
That's
and
what he
think
don't
that
care.
Most comedians have something to say, and a lot of times to make it easier for people to swallow, you gotta case it. You gotta encase the joke, the medicine in something. I always say, put the medicine in the candy. And Dave Chappelle is one of the best to ever do it. To do that, I mean, How many freaking social points did he hit
He hit.
during it? About 9
Yeah.
taboo subjects that we can't even talk about in comedians. We talk about this shit off camera, and off stage, but we get on stage, we be so fucking scared. We don't want to offend this person. And if you a comedian that don't give a fuck, you won't go far. You'll hit a fucking ceiling. I love what he did because it freed us up a little bit. It normalized us getting on stage because we are the last bastion of fucking freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Comedians, man.
And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, man, the way comedy is sometimes it ain't even fun no more.
No, yeah.
Because you gotta be so careful of what you say,
business.
man. You have to.
At what moment have you felt that it wasn't fun?
Man, I feel it a lot sometimes when I'm writing or have these ideas or these, and when I write, and then my second thought has to be, oh shoot, I don't know if I can say that. That's not fun. I remember I had a
so
joke
the process.
when I remember even the joke when I got about when I say midgets. You know what I'm saying? People, you know you can't say midgets no more. And then I tried the joke. I said, well, let me try short people. It's not as funny. Midget is a funny word.
Midget is a funny word.
And so when I get to a place when I'm writing and I have to be like, oh, I don't know if I can say that. It takes away the fun. It takes away the fun of comedy, man.
But have you ever been on stage like this isn't fun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially if I said something and I'm like,
I'm weird though.
What
weird.
stage were you on? Were you like this ain't fun?
Well, let me say this.
And
first.
what was the circumstance?
What's first thing they tell you? Get out there and have fun. Have fun. I've never had fun on stage. I don't do that. It's a job. As soon as I fucking walk on stage, I flip a switch in my head. I'm at work. I don't go up there to have fun. But I've been up there and been like, what the fuck? And that be combat comedy. Anytime I'm at a combat comedy show, that's when I be like, this shit ain't fucking fun. I hate that shit. I hate combat comedy.
I know what you're talking about now.
I hate that shit, man. It's not fun when I have to do that shit. I don't see it as a challenge. I don't see it. At this point, I shouldn't have to prove myself to you. I'm already funny. If you shut the fuck up and listen.
And that's why I said I don't, like right now, I think the greatest comedians are comedians that don't care if the audience laugh or not.
Yeah.
Those are the funniest comedians. Like if you don't, I don't care. And I got to a place, I don't care if you don't laugh.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Break that down for me. The don't care if they laugh. Because I care if you laugh. My
mentality is this. My mentality is this. I know I'm funny. I've been doing comedy 12 years. I've done enough shows where I've made enough money to say that I am funny. I'm a funny comedian. I'm funny. I've done last night. I was funny. The night before, Cleveland, you killed it. So if I come and do this show, and I've got to do a show expecting you to laugh when I already know I'm funny. And I know I'm funny because people told me I'm funny. They laughed before. If you don't laugh today, that's your fault. That's how I be feeling. It's your fault because I delivered the same joke the same way last night.
I think we all have felt that a little bit, but it's so weird to where you say that what you just said. Say that shit from some comedians and their head will fucking explode.
Yeah, that's why I'm mad now.
Because you hear it all the time. It's never the audience. I beg to differ.
It's your fault.
It's the audience sometimes.
It's your fault.
It is. I've been in environments where the audience don't give a fuck about this comedy show.
That's what I say that combat comedy is. Well, you have to sit here and wrangle. I ain't come here to wrestle with a crowd. Them the shows I don't like. They're not set up for you to win. Succeed.
Yeah. So question.
I hate those are not fun.
Don't y'all agree that if you bomb or whatever, it's not the jokes?
If them jokes been working,
it's not the jokes. It's never the jokes. This is why I say, and I always ask comedians.
I've seen some people that bomb, and it's the jokes.
But I'm talking about comedians that you've seen kill
with those same jokes.
Those same jokes.
I see what you're saying.
It could
and
just
then
be
you
off
just
night.
see them in another
delivery. Their delivery could be off.
It could be the situation. It could be the circumstance.
I've seen comedians give the same delivery the same way, and that joke didn't hit.
Shit, I didn't perform.
And we all done it.
I didn't perform here. And then got in my car, drove right across town to here. Same shit I said there.
And the levels
didn't
of
do shit over here.
So And so what a comedian. I remember
it's more so. It's definitely it boils down to the situation, the circumstance, and the show you're doing. If you're doing a show in like a rowdy ass lounge and bar and grills is not conducive for real comedy material. They not conducive. Now, if you happen to get some gold out of there, that's gonna be beautiful.
I do suggest that younger comics go through that though.
Yeah, to learn.
But we passed that. You know, you get to a point you're past that. But I think that's part of the.
I feel because what I have seen is niggas that stay doing bars and grills sound like bar and grill comedians.
I feel like people in the audience sense when a person don't have a certain level of confidence.
Oh yeah.
And
like
I feel if you get on stage and your whole goal is to make people laugh instead of giving somebody an opportunity to laugh.
If you don't believe in what you're saying,
that's what
they
I'm saying.
Gonna pick it up.
And Dave Chappelle, looking at that set, he don't care if them folks came to laugh or not.
His skin is so tough,
it's like
because he been through the fire.
I've been through the fire. Y'all the same people y'all gonna be with me today. Tomorrow you'll boo me, and then you'll come back and say, "Hey, you was funny. You weren't funny last night, but you funny today." Like y'all fickle. So why would I determine my set on your response?
Did you hear the part where he talked about the journalist taking notes? He said before he even released what they have now, before that's ever was a thought to release, when he was doing the show, he said all of a sudden I thought I was over with the Juicy Smollett. With the Juicy Smollett.
The French actor.
He said I thought I was over with that. He said I thought they was about to cancel me until the thing came back out because the guy's notes was so spot on.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't realize I had a guy in there. They was spot on until they came back out that it was a lie.
He makes you want to throw your whole joke pad away. Like it just the way he puts that shit together, the tags was like it was crazy, man. Like if you're not a comedian, you don't understand. That gives us comedy wood, man. We love that shit to see.
And let me tell y'all too. Some of y'all y'all gotta be careful. Don't be thinking y'all could do shock value. His shock value was different. His shock value is based upon research, and factual information.
And
so it ain't just he just saying stuff just to saying. It's rooted in truth that he researched.
He did a pedophile joke and it went over because it was funny.
And in his own truth. Yep. It's like, well, if Michael Jackson really wanted to mess with kids, why not Macaulay Culkin? Which is just, it's a true fact.
He said it was top of the pick. And you know he's hard to get.
Like if I'm truly a pedophile, because what he was saying is, if you're a pedophile, you can't control that. You sick. And it don't matter the child. It don't matter who the person is.
Facts.
That's that joke. That's why I say it's rooted in truth.
I love how he took on
it's rooted in truth.
He took on gun folks. He took on Me Too. He took on LGBT element of P.
Man.
He took on them.
When he said
you got to run that. When a person literally has a desire,
I don't care who you are,
whether it's a woman, because if we like women, you single, and you really like, you gonna flirt with them if they look good to you, if they appeal to you.
Right.
Hell, sometimes they ain't even gotta look that good in the circumstance.
Right.
It could be just a simple fact that, man, I'm feeling
yeah.
randy. I'm feeling horny, so I want to take.
Randy.
I'm feeling. I use a.
Niggas don't say Randy. When last time you heard Randy?
Austin Power word. I'm feeling Randy, baby.
Right.
Randy.
You might be feeling, nigga, I'm horny, so you ready to take whatever down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've all taken down some questionable deer.
Right.
They wasn't all Bambies.
Yeah, they weren't all bad.
Put our money on the wrong
but
horse.
When you and like I said, so when he said that joke,
man,
it was a pedophile joke, but it was rooted in truth.
And when he sit there and said, I don't believe that. I said that in one of my videos. I don't believe them niggas.
Not when Macaulay Culkin been with this dude all the time. He said he ain't touched me one time.
All them, they broke. He said, why is it the brokest people that's always complaining about somebody touching them? Nigga,
but what I was initially saying is comedians that looked at this and y'all looking at his shock value, you got to be careful how you say your jokes because his shock value was rooted in research and some type of truth.
And it was rooted in a truth. It was he doesn't do the joke to be malicious.
But to be malicious, that's
or
what
just
it
to
is.
say
Just
it,
for the shock value.
He's truly, it's coming from a place where it happened to him, and he's speaking on it. He's just not saying a word because y'all don't want him to say a word.
So basically what you're saying is, don't get your whack ass on stage, and then just because you seen Dave Chappelle special, fuck faggots.
Right.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You're going to get somebody going to beat you with a stiletto.
You don't
a man going to beat you with a stiletto.
You don't have no truth. You don't have no search.
You're going to end up with death threats like
you can't
the XXXTentacion girl.
Yeah,
who
man.
got the threat, hey, I didn't mean anything.
It's got to be rooted somewhere,
come across funny, but
I love how he took on Me Too, and that's like untouchable topic right now, man. I love that, man.
And the fact that he said
but
y'all going the wrong way about it.
Even with that whole thing of it being untouchable, it's like, man, it's got worse. Yeah. Y'all can't even, they telling y'all when to have babies. And he's speaking on, there's a better way, there's a better approach to take. He's really actually giving y'all game. He said, stop going after stuff that doesn't, stop protesting things that make no sense, that do not have a purpose to your cause.
Masturbating in the room or on the phone.
Y'all could have left.
Here's the problem. When you start the Me Too, we understand women have been disenfranchised, and the system is not fair towards women.
Right.
And the pendulum has swung all the way this way. In your efforts to correct it, you can't swing it all the way this way,
right? Because
you're gonna get backlash. If you can't find a happy medium, it's gonna always be some backlash. And that's what he was saying.
And
you know?
can't you can't go here on everything.
Yeah, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater on every issue.
For everything. So when he brought the Louis C.K. Situation, basically he's like, that was a situation where you probably should have went that far with that situation. That wasn't one to fight for.
Or Al Franken. And one of them female politicians got on TV. This was right around time Al Franken was going through his shit, and she was asked, "Do you think that this could get into the realm of overkill?" She said, "I don't care. I hope it does. We need some overkill for a while."
Yeah.
Bitch, is you crazy?
You gotta be smart about it.
So you're complaining about the people that's in charge, which is like asshole men. I get it. But so they just gonna sit there and just let you do this. They're not gonna let you do this, and that's what Dave Chappelle was saying. It's gonna backfire.
It's gonna backfire because they're gonna.
It's backfire.
Because what's gonna happen, is, like he said on this other special, what's gonna happen is gonna be a bunch of Me Too, and these folks that were out already, and they was making these mistakes. Now they're like, oh shoot, I'm about to fall back.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I feel we're about to see with this special dropping. There's gonna be some complaints.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is it's going to be more people with Dave than they are with the left.
Absolutely.
Because the left has gone so far left.
Went too far left.
That people are like, we not even with y'all no more.
We not with y'all. We was with y'all.
And I'm going to tell y'all
we was with the gay community. We was with
them.
They've
gone crazy as the far right.
They've gone so far left with the Mario Lopez situation.
Yeah.
When
with the Kevin Hart situation.
When he's saying y'all, the one people you can't offend is the alphabet people. And when Mario Lopez came out and said, how do you feel about a 3-year-old wanting to identify as other
they
than
too young
what
to
they
make
were
that
born.
decision.
He said, they're too young. I think it's dangerous for a parent to allow a 3-year-old to make that decision. Nigga, they tried to pull everything he had.
A 3-year-old.
Nigga, Saved by the Bell.
That is facts. This is a freaking 3-year-old.
I posted that video, and when I posted that video, I said,
feel the same
I bet
way.
you they going to have him apologize.
That's crazy.
Within the next day.
He apologized.
It was already up on Shade Room. My statement was ignorant. How the fuck is what you said ignorant?
3-year-old child.
You have your opinion.
Everyone
see the thing of it is, we've gotten to the point to where if I say anything that hurts your feelings, I am a horrible person. You know what? Fuck your feelings. In the face.
And I think that's where Dave Chappelle is getting to us. Like, I think he's hitting a lot of comedians. But I'm only talking to comedians that have something to say. I'm not talking about you horrible shock value. You just want to say anything just to turn an eye. I ain't talking about you, but I'm talking about comedians that shit
don't be getting no laughs.
Yeah, the comedians that's out here that's really having good points, good comedy. Like my midget joke is about life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's the premise of the joke. It's about life insurance and how black folks need to get life insurance. So it's based in some kind of type of truth or so. I'm saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but to those comedians, I think Dave Chappelle, he definitely sparked something in me to keep going the route that I wanted to go.
I'm inspired. It inspires me.
Very inspiring. And the pace. When I sit here and tell you, pace is so important in comedy to me because that's what makes it rewatchable.
Yeah, I watched it twice today.
When you see that it's constantly moving, it's constantly going, it's not constantly. Because the equanimity, I couldn't even get. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a great special.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel enthused to watch again. Bird Revelation.
I watched that.
I watched that a couple times.
Yeah,
that
I watched
shit
that
was
about 4 or 5
funny
about
off the
3 or 4
rip because he
times.
kept just the way he went in on the Harvey Weinstein. He talking about I don't think it's gonna be easy for me to read this script in candlelight, but I'll try. We need to hurry this up because I've got a 3 a.m. with Brett Ratner.
I think the closest, closest special, and people are like overlooking. D.L. Hughley's special was amazing, bro.
Contrarian was fantastic.
It was the same pace, like it was almost like the same pace of Dave Chappelle. Like I think D.L. Hughley has the second best last year when it came out. I think it was Dave, then D.L.
D.L. had a fantastic special.
Man.
I did like it. I'm trying to think of who else came out.
You had Kevin Hart. You had.
But Kevin's not about social commentary.
D.L. had that thing where he said, "Hey, y'all make that X one more time, you're gonna be an ex-employee." Now that Wakanda has got to go, man.
Yeah, he had a good special, man.
Yeah.
He really the pace. It was really,
but Dave,
really
man, that was.
And it's hard, you know, when you are a comedian, it's hard to be impressed. We get jaded. We see it all. You know, it's hard to be impressed. So when we are impressed by one of our colleagues, whatever, it just we like little kids, man. Like it's just wow, you know, because we see a lot of bullshit. Let's be honest, we see a lot of bullshit.
Did y'all not see his act outs?
Yeah,
Dave ain't
the Chinese act out.
Man,
had me.
Y'all gotta watch this special, man.
Y'all don't understand. I've noticed a significant difference in Dave's pace. Like his energy he looks excited to talk about what he's talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was excited.
He been want to talk about.
He been want to talk about this joint, dude.
And he know he doing something special because can't nobody else. Well, we just scared. We scared to talk about it.
Or they don't know how to talk about it the right way without just making it. Because it was super funny.
Because I'm not gonna give it away, but that joke about transgenders was a joke that we all have talked about in private, and it's true.
The LGBTQ community is exactly how he explained it, and the reason why he explained it like that is because he talked to him. And even I got friends that are lesbian, gay. They don't fool with each other like that.
Yeah, they don't.
They just ride in a car.
Gay men really don't fuck with gay women like that.
They don't fool with each other like that.
They find something because they find something wrong. Well, let me rephrase. They don't mess with the studs.
Yeah, they don't fool with them.
Fuck with them.
And for him to say
that
the gay is a gay white man driving a car.
Ooh, dude, that hit a nerve.
Man, yeah.
That hit a nerve. Man.
We built these roads.
Yeah. They got feet in both worlds, so you know they driving. You know they commanding this shit because you gay, but you still a white man. So you know you kind of still in control.
Yeah.
If you want to be, they in control.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't see this many people apologize.
Please. I know there's a company.
What he say about Kevin Hart?
There's a company that go look for it. I think they go look for these tweets. I know they gotta have a company that do it.
Absolutely.
Ain't no way you found a tweet 10 years ago.
Not even just that.
And you know who I was mad at? I always say Don Lemon. I was so pissed off at Don Lemon.
40,000 tweets.
I was so mad at Don Lemon because I'm like, Don Lemon, you probably looked at that special, you laughed at it, and then now you coming back 10 years later to talk about how disappointed you in the Kevin. Why didn't you say this when you was on air last year, the year before? You just said it because somebody brought it up.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I was mad, dude.
This is the setup that I saw. When they went back, they gave that they gave him the opportunity to take the Oscars on as a setup for him to become an ally for gay people.
I think that's what it was.
Not just a person
I think that's what it was.
who's okay with them, but someone that was vocal about his support.
That's
Do
what
you
they-
not see
I
how
think that's what it
companies?
was.
Do you not see how companies have the rainbow? Apple has the rainbow apple. All
want
these
you to support
companies
it.
have
Yeah.
rainbow pride. None of them have black pride support.
Yeah.
Nope. They
ain't gonna do that
champion
now.
the pride. They want him to be vocal, not just a person who says, "Hey man, I got nothing wrong with him." Nah, that's not enough.
But that's
We
the
want you to
formula.
go out there and tell them.
That's the formula. Look what they did to Vic. So now Michael Vick got to do a tour around nations. Fucking, I love fucking dogs and shit. He got to speak at fucking all these events. Get the fuck out of here, man. That man did his time, man.
Everybody know when Mike Vick look at them dogs, he want to fight them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
But
he got to fucking.
Here's the
be
rule, though. The rule is this.
So now he got to go
As
do I
comedian,
love.
Yeah, his
Listen,
mother got to
the
dress
rule
up
is
like a
that
pit
as-
bull and entertain
As
children.
a comedian, once you apologize, it's over.
Yeah.
Once you apologize about what you said, that's why it's good to calculate what you say, stand in your truth, and if that's how you feel about something,
Because a lot of times,
Be that.
if you don't give them the reaction they want, it'll go away.
yeah.
Because I'm not giving you the energy. I don't give a
That's
fuck. I
all.
said what I said, and whatever.
That's what
Get the
it
fuck
is.
out my face.
And if Kevin Hart would have just said, "Look,
Duval,
that was 10 years ago,"
Duval was one of those people that stood in his truth.
oh,
Yeah.
he
When
did
you-
not apologize. And look what's going on. They can't touch him.
He's still doing great.
Yeah.
When you don't depend on their money, if they ain't got no money tied to you, you
Yeah.
good. When I'm gonna tell you, when I saw what they did to Mario Lopez, I knew what was coming because
money,
you know why
yeah.
they did that shit to him. You know why they pulled that? That interview was done in June.
Sad.
They didn't complain about it till August.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because he has a Netflix special. Not Netflix, but a Netflix series coming out.
Oh, he had to apologize about that.
Yeah.
He has a Netflix series, and he was promoting it this same month.
And it probably had because Netflix probably don't care.
Netflix
But
don't give a fuck.
But his thing
There's
is
other things he's got involved.
that's what I'm saying.
He's
He
on
wanted the people to
entertainment.
watch.
He's
Yeah.
on entertainment.
That's what it was. Because
And they was talking about firing. You know what's crazy? Ain't nobody say shit about what Candace Owens said.
No.
Candace Owens winning. It's disgusting. I think it's disgusting that these transgender people try to push so much on children. She said it with she ain't waver or nothing. And you know what's crazy? That bitch said some awful things.
She's an awful
She-
cunt. She's a thunder cunt.
She goes hard for Trump. And you know, she got a white man, so of course she gonna go even harder for him. I think she goes the extra mile to suck this
She's
nigga.
a pimple on the piece of skin
But
in between the balls and the ass.
But you know what's
She
crazy?
horrible.
But you know what's crazy?
Funky bitch.
When she said that about them, I felt like, damn, that's freedom.
Yeah.
That's
Dave Chappelle. That's freedom. That's exactly what I see when I watch that. That's freedom.
for her to be able to say that, and ain't nobody. They ain't say shit. You saw.
Because she ain't going to move.
I seen
She
transgender
ain't gonna
people.
budge, yeah.
I saw
She ain't gonna budge.
transgender people manipulating what Mario said and saying he does not
That's-
support parents.
You know what that is? What you about to say something stupid.
I'm about to say something y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just like the situation between two comedians that we know. One's gay, one's not. And when they were going to build a special school for gay people and have them ride special buses, the one comedian told the other one, I'm not fucking funding that shit. I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that stuff. And the other comedian started crying, and the comedian didn't give a fuck. He didn't budge. He did. Don't budge.
This is a thing.
Don't be
Because
influenced. Don't
what
be.
happens-
Don't budge.
What
That's
happens?
how you feel. That's
what
how you
happens
feel.
when you have a bully? When a bully and you step up to a bully, finally, what happens? That bully back down.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, but the LGBT community are becoming bullies because you've been bullied. All these years you've been bullied, and now you at a place where you can bully people, and that's what you're doing.
So what you're
That's what
saying
you're
is
doing.
You're bullying people.
you
Yep.
don't.
You're
you
not
have
being
to stand up to
understanding.
your bully. What you're saying is the only way to get a bully off your back is simply to fight back.
Resistance, and because
Not even
here's-
just resist, but
because
you have
here's the
to.
thing.
You literally have to fight back.
The thing that the LGBT community has been fighting for, now you don't want to offer it. You don't want to be open to people opinions and discussions and their feelings.
What's
That's the same thing you're fighting for.
what's
That's not
ridiculous?
fair.
what's ridiculous about human beings is they never fucking change. Back in the day, I used to be bohemian with that shit. I was with that crowd. You know, you go through those periods of life, you trying to find yourself. I'm doing poetry slam, the whole shit, the sandals. I'm in that fucking shit. And I fucking love being there. All these uber liberal people. And I suddenly started to realize you are no fucking better than the motherfuckers over there. Because you will not budge. Yeah. You will not. You are the same as them. Exactly what you're accusing them of being. And that's what we have now. Doing. It's like the people who've been complaining about being bullies, you are now the bullies. The bully. Because if you telling me I have to do shit like you want me to do you're bullying me.
And that's what I feel.
I won't be bullied. I'm not going to move.
And what I'm saying is I get, I understand, like, I mean.
I'm going to be even more honest about the whole thing. What I'm starting to see, what I've been seeing, is that a lot of people want us to champion that shit.
Yeah.
Vocally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want us to be super ride for you, you're starting to say that you don't feel comfortable with what you're doing. Yeah. To me, if you want us to be super loud about what you're doing, so you can be proud about what you're doing, right? You actually don't even like what you're doing.
Because at the end of the day,
if you need us to be super vocal about something that you're doing, there's a lot of people that may not like to do what they're doing. They may be more than ashamed.
So I'm about to prove it right here. Black folks been fighting for equality this whole time, and we've been tearing down walls to become equal.
Yeah.
And we did this, the schools, and we did all this other stuff. And what happens? They make this shit harder in other ways that we ain't even see it coming. Yeah. And we still dealing with that as black people.
Yeah. And
I think that's going to happen with the LGBT community. If you keep bullying your way in, I put it like that. If somebody just don't like me, I'd rather you say it. Tell me why you don't like what I do, and I'll respect it. I don't want to bully you into liking me and then champion for me. I don't want to bully you. I'm not gonna do that.
It's just,
I'd rather you say you don't like it.
It's just humans. It's just like we all got your woman, right? It's like, and we all have experienced this. Men have all experienced. I'm not saying women haven't experienced it too, but it's like there's a movie out. You don't really want to see that shit. Yeah. But your lady want to see that shit.
So you go.
But if you don't act enthusiastic about seeing it, well, I don't want to see you. You don't want to say. I told you I'll go with you. I'm going. I'm gonna go. But you gotta like it, and that's how sometimes gay people come across like you. I want you to have all your rights. I want you to be able to marry. I want you to live your life. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me how to live my life. Yeah. And I have no right to tell you how to live yours. But you don't tell me what to like.
What to like and my opinion. It's like God, I can't have an opinion about and so we can have an opinion about everything else, and y'all can have an opinion about it's just I think at the end of the day the word that he said was, if you want to normalize this thing, if you want to be normal and accept it as normal, then be normal.
The vision of a man sucking another man's dick is disgusting, but I support you doing it, sir.
And if you want,
if that's what you want to do, but you're not gonna have me. Oh, he's sucking a dick.
But
yay!
If you want to, what I'm just saying, if you want to normalize what we're that community, then be normal. And I don't think you have to. And I get why we celebrating it now, because it was frowned upon to be gay, and I get it now. But now, okay, it's accepted.
Man,
we got it,
bruh. There's a gay dude is instrumental in my fucking career. I have nothing against fucking gay people. It's you trying to fucking
but
push
my
shit
thing,
upon. I'm good with you being gay.
My thing is,
I'm happy for you to be happy.
When it comes to the opinion and comedy now, and what's funny to me.
I'm gonna find something funny.
If you want to be normal, just like I talk about heterosexuality and anything else, if you want to be normal, then you should be normalizing to these jokes.
Let me tell you something. A grown ass man with a Rick Ross beard and some fucking tights twisting is funny. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. It's funny to me. And I'm going to laugh and I'm going to say something when the fuck I want to say something. If I can criticize, if I see a fucking cockeyed person or something have a comment, or somebody else, hell, I'm fat. I ain't got no problem with fucking fat jokes. It is what it is. When I see some funny shit, I'm going to fucking say something.
And we're talking about funny. We're not talking about bullying. Now, it's different. When I'm talking about the comedy that we do, we're not doing comedy just to insult people. Like,
I don't even have them in the game.
we don't even. It's not even. It's coming at you or bullying you or saying things to you to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out there that bully. Like,
yeah,
it
happens. It is bullying.
They bullying and they killing some of these transsexual. It's out there. It's some people doing some horrible things to that community. And I think it's horrible, and I think it's wrong.
They ain't hung them from no tree. So stop telling me it's like the civil rights. They ain't hung them from no tree.
Yeah, because you can't compare it to that because
German Shepherd took a plug out your ass.
Because of the color of our skin. It wasn't about choice. That's the difference. But what I'm saying is this, and I'll be done. I enjoy Dave Chappelle because what he was saying is what we're saying.
Everybody is saying it, but we gotta sneak and say it.
We just trying to have fun in comedy and normalize everything.
And the thing was, everything that he talked about had purpose. He wasn't just saying just because it's a taboo topic. Some people just
it was amazing.
Take it on. Oh man, I want to take on rape topics. Nigga,
nah, it was what we felt.
Talk about something that's close to your heart, man.
Dude, and the audience won't understand. We understand, and comedians understand.
It was what we
he
felt,
led out with a suicide joke. He made fun of a suicide, but it made sense how he did it. And let that be a lesson to you young comics. You can talk about anything as long as it's funny.
It's true, and it's had some type of truth. You are traveling the world. It seems like your life is amazing. To the outside looking in, we were looking at this dude like, this is a beautiful life.
And then the dude, his partner.
But no, because the truth is, I know people that's going through way worse than that dude.
Yeah.
I know them now.
And
struggling.
About killing themselves.
And they are not killing themselves. So what's going on?
So what do you think the point of that joke was?
When he was talking about Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah, and then he brought it around to his friend.
I mean, I'm actually on. I mean, the joke.
To me, it was like,
here's my thing, because I
see it made you think. See, this I like this.
It ain't even
because I don't think all three of us we won't have the same answer. But go ahead.
I know I'm not gonna have the same answer because I don't even believe he actually killed himself. I believe.
But what do you think Dave's point was?
Was some foul play. That's why it was hard for me to come up with a point, because I believe there was some foul play involved in his death. I believe there was foul play involved in Robin Williams' death. I believe there was foul play involved in a lot of these guys' death.
I feel like it was a jab. Have you ever had somebody in your life? You hear people say that it's a cow's way out. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's what people discuss. It's a cow's way out. When he said, well, it looks like Anthony Bourdain's life was amazing, but look at my friend. He went through X, Y, and Z, and just like you said, we know people who've gone through way worse, and the thought of killing themselves don't even go through their mind. Right. Or shooting up a school, or all this kind of stuff. To me, it was a jab at weak-minded. Weak-minded shit.
That mass shooting joke was hilarious.
Yeah.
He said, aren't you training
the killer?
You training the shooter, too?
And I never thought about it. That's what makes it so beautiful. I never thought about it like that.
So where are we going to be at?
That's hilarious. Because it's a dumb idea to have. Man, we need to talk about that too, but we got to wrap up, man, because we're running out of film, man.
That Dave special was hilarious.
Check out the Dave Chappelle. We glad y'all too. We ain't been on in a while, so we got a lot to talk about, but
Sticks and stuff.
we gotta roll out, man. Man, listen, thank y'all, man, for tuning in. We gonna keep this thing going, man. We just three comedians, man, try to keep it real and try to give you our raw thoughts, man. That's all we trying to do, man.
We're not even trying. You got it.
You know,
pretty much the Unmanageable Negroes.
Make sure you follow, man. We up out of here, man.
Appreciate you. Peace.